guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I know you're probably wondering why I look the same in all of the videos that I've filmed recently. It's because I'm filming a lot of videos on the same day. I've had a very much filming day, so if you're noticing very similar background, makeup, outfit, I know I wear similar clothes sometimes anyway, but just in case you're wondering. Anyway, today I thought I would do the extended Harry Potter sorting hat quiz. Basically, there's a website called Wizardmore. I was watching Cherry Wallace's recent video. If you love Harry Potter and you're not already subscribed to her, go and subscribe to her, she's amazing. And she took this other test, and she was always sorted into Gryffindor, that's what she always was. And then she took this extended quiz, and then she ended up getting a different house altogether. I think she got Hufflepuff. So I thought it'd be interesting to give this a go. I am personally a Ravenclaw, and despite what this quiz tells me, I feel like I will always be a Ravenclaw. So even if this tells me I'm a Slytherin, I'm still going to be a Ravenclaw because I know that's what I am. That's what the original, like, main quiz told me. So that's what I'm sticking with. But I'll be intrigued to see if I get given something different this time. I think if I were to get given anything else, it'd probably be Gryffindor. I think the last house I'd be likely to get is Slytherin. So I've got my laptop in front of me, and basically you can see across the top that it's got all the different houses and the percentages. So as you go through the quiz, it starts to like add up your percentages, and then by the end you can see which one you are the most like and which one you're the most sorted into. So I'm hoping I still get Ravenclaw because that is my house, but I guess we'll see what happens. So dawn or dusk? Probably dawn. I don't know, I was always a very much morning person, but more recently I'm also more of a night person, so we'll go with dawn. Most of my life I've been more of a morning person, so we'll go with that. Forest or river? Forest. Love a good forest. Okay, moon or stars? Stars. Love the stars. Okay, oh, interesting, we're getting some interesting results coming on now. Which of the following would you most hate people to call you? Ordinary, ignorant, cowardly, or selfish? It's a toss-up between ignorant and selfish, I think, so I'm gonna go with ignorant. I think ignorant's the one. I'm never an ignorant person. After you have died, what would you most like people to do when they hear your name? Miss you but smile, ask for more stories about your adventures, think with admiration of your achievements. I don't care what people think of me after I'm dead, it's what they think of me while I'm alive that counts. Which is a very blunt one. I'd probably say think with admiration of your achievements, because I like to think I've worked hard. So I'd like people to look back at that. Oh, Ravenclaw's highest so far. How would you like to be known to history? The wise, the good, the great, or the bold? The bold, probably, maybe. That's quite a hard one. I'll go with bold. Given the choice, would you rather invent a potion that would guarantee you love, glory, wisdom, or power? Wisdom? I don't know. They're all very interesting ones. Power are not, I don't know, that's not one I would choose. I'm going to go with wisdom. Once every century, the flutterby bush produces flowers that adapt their scent to attract the unwary. If it lured you, it would smell of a crackling log fire, the sea, fresh parchment, or home. Home. I was going to say sea, and then I saw home, and I was like, oh yeah, it's got to be home. Please excuse my rabbit being really loud. He's currently drinking out of his water bottle, so now that's what you can hear. He did this in the last video I filmed as well. It's like he knows. He waits till I'm filming and then he does it. He literally does. He's a nightmare. 4 goblets are placed before you. Which would you choose to drink? The foaming, frothing, silvery liquid that sparkles as though containing ground diamonds. The smooth, thick, richly purple drink that gives off a delicious smell of chocolate and plums. The golden liquid so bright that it hurts the eye and which makes sunspots dance all around the room. The mysterious black liquid that gleams like ink and gives off fumes that make you see strange visions. That's very strange. I don't think I'd choose any of those. Maybe the one that gives off a smell of chocolate and plums. I don't know if I like the smell of plums. I can't really remember what plums smell like, but I like chocolate, so we'll go with that. What kind of instrument most pleases your ear? The violin, the trumpet, the piano, or the drum? definitely piano. That's a lot of the time if I'm feeling anxious, I'll listen to, like, not always, but sometimes to help me relax, I'll listen to piano music, just because it's quite nice to help relax you. You enter an enchanted garden. What would you be most curious to examine first? The silver-leaf tree bearing golden apples, the fat red toadstools that appear to be talking to each other, the bubbling pool in the depths of which something luminous is swirling, the statue of an old wizard with a strangely twinkling eye. It'd probably be the toadstools, because I'd find that quite cool. I feel like that'd entertain me the most. Four boxes? Okay. 4 boxes are placed before you. Which would you try and open? The small tortoise shell box, embellished with gold, inside which some... Let's try that again. Inside which some small creature seems to be squeaking. That'd freak me out. The gleaming jet black box with a silver lock and key marked with a mysterious rune that you know to be the mark of Merlin. The ornate golden casket standing on clawed feet whose inscription warns that both secret knowledge and unbearable temptation lie within. Or the small pewter box, unassuming and plain, with a scratched message upon it that reads, I open only for the worthy. That one, I think. The other ones scare me a little bit. That one, I'd be intrigued. I'd be like, am I worthy? I want to have a go. So that's the one I'd go to, because it'd intrigue me the most. A troll has gone berserk in the headmaster's study at Hogwarts. What's Hogwarts? Hogwarts. It is about to smash, crush and test several irreplaceable items and treasures. In which order would you rescue these objects from the Trolls Club if you could? First, a nearly perfected cure for dragonpox, then student records going back 1,000 years, finally a mysterious handwritten book full of strange runes. Or first, the book that goes back 100 years, the records that go back 100 years, then the handwritten book, then the cure for dragonpox, or first the written book of... You can see the different orders. Basically, it's all those in different orders. I think the book full of strange runes would be first, then the student records, then dragonpox. Going with that one. Okay, which of the following do you find most difficult to deal with? Hunger, cold, loneliness, boredom, or being ignored? Being ignored, I hate it. It stresses me out. I try, like, that's the one thing that really, like, loneliness is sometimes sad, but sometimes I like my own company. Hunger is obviously not nice when you're hungry, and especially if it's like, you know, hunger over like a long period of time or whatever. Cold can be unpleasant, but I don't mind the cold. The cold never bothered me anyway. Boredom, yeah, that's annoying, but being ignored, that is the one that would bother me the most. Which would you rather be? Envied, imitated, trusted, praised, liked, or feared? I don't know why you'd want to be feared. Trusted, because I feel like I'm a very trustworthy person. So we'll go with that. Look at the results so far, guys. It's kind of close, though. If you could have any power, which would you choose? The power to read minds, the power of invisibility, superhuman strength, speak to animals, change the past, change your appearance at will. Don't want to change the past. Reading minds kind of freaks me out. Invisibility, maybe. Strength doesn't bother me that much. Speaking to animals would be flipping amazing. It's got to be speaking to animals. I'd like to change my appearance at will, because that would also be really cool, but I think speaking to animals is the best one. What are you most looking forward to learning at Hogwarts? Apparition and disapparition. I don't know how to say those words. Being able to materialise and dematerialise at will. Transfiguration, turning one object into another object. Flying on a broomstick. Hexes and jinxes. All about magical creatures and how to befriend / care for them. Secrets about the castle. Every area of magic I can. That's another tricky one. Flying on a broomstick would probably be the one, because I'm very adventurous like that. Which of the following would you most like to study? Centaurs, I never know how to say that word. Goblins, merpeople, ghosts, vampires, werewolves, or trolls. Ghosts, I think, interests me the most. I think I'd have to go with ghosts, although they would be very interesting to learn about a lot of those. Closely followed by maybe trolls or merpeople, I don't know. You and 2 friends need to cross a bridge guarded by a river troll who insists on fighting one of you before he will let all of you pass. Do you attempt to confuse the troll into letting all 3 of you pass without fighting? Suggest drawing lots to decide which of you will fight? Suggest that all 3 of you should fight without telling the troll? Volunteer to fight? I'd try and confuse the troll to get us out of fighting, because I'm just not down for the fighting, not like an aggressive person, so couldn't do that, and I would definitely lose if I tried to fight the troll, so One of your housemates has cheated in a Hogwarts exam by using a self-spelling quill. Now he has come top of the class in charms, beating you into second place. Professor Flitwick is suspicious of what happened. He draws you to one side after his lesson and asks you whether or not your classmate used a forbidden quill. What do you do? Lines say you don't know, but hope that somebody else tells Professor Flitwick the truth. Tell Professor Flitwick that you ought to ask your classmate and resolve to tell your classmate that if he doesn't tell the truth, you will. Tell Professor Flitwick the truth. If your classmate is prepared to win by cheating, he deserves to be found out. Also, as you are both in the same house, any points he loses will be regained by you for coming first in his place. You would not wait to be asked to tell Professor Flitwick the truth. If you knew that somebody was using a forbidden quill, you would tell the teacher before the exam started. It's either the second or third one that I would go for. I think I'd go for the second one. I think I'd give my friend, if it was a friend, I'd like, although I wouldn't agree with cheating, I'd just go up to them and like, you know, give them a warning and like give them a chance to come clean themselves and be like, if you're not going to come clean, then I'm going to have to do it, just to be honest with them, just so that they know how I feel about it and stuff. So I think I'd go with that one. Oh, it's getting close. So far, the results and the order is exactly what I thought, but we're not finished yet, so it could change. But that is exactly what I had in my head that I would get, so let's carry on. A muggle confronts you and says that they are sure you are a witch or a wizard. Do you ask what makes them think so? Agree and ask whether they'd like a free sample of a jinx? Agree and walk away, leaving them to wonder whether you are bluffing? Or tell them that you're worried about their mental health and offer to call a doctor? I'd probably like, I think I'd maybe panic in the situation, or I don't know, I think I'd ask them what makes them think so, just to see what they say and then maybe like react to their answer, because they probably wouldn't know what to answer, or their answer might be like something that you could pretend they just imagined. I don't know. I would ask what makes them think so. Which nightmare would frighten you the most? Standing on top of something very high and realising suddenly that there are no hand or footholds nor any barrier to stop you falling. That one's scary. An eye at the keyhole of the dark windowless room in which you are locked. Waking up to find that neither your friends nor your family have any idea who you are. Or being forced to speak in such a silly voice that hardly anyone can understand you and everyone laughs at you. It's got to be the third one, hasn't it? 100%. Which road tempts you the most? The wide, sunny, grassy lane, the narrow, dark, lantern-lit alley, the twisting, leaf-strewn path through woods, the cobbled street lined with ancient buildings. Probably the path through the woods. I just love the forest and the woodlands. I find it really interesting and like very adventurous and fun, so I'd go with that one. Although if it was at night time, maybe not. Late at night, walking alone down the street, you hear a peculiar cry that you believe to have a magical source. Do you proceed with caution, keeping one hand on your concealed wand and an eye out for any disturbance? Draw your wand and try to discover the source of the noise. Draw your wand and stand your ground. Withdraw into the shadows to await developments while mentally reviewing the most appropriate defensive and offensive spells should trouble occur. I think I'd go with the first one. Proceeding with caution, but also prepared for if anything happens. Go with that one. If you were attending Hogwarts, which pet would you choose to take with you? Oh, this is going to be really hard. I freaking love animals. Tabby cat, Siamese cat, ginger cat, black cat, white cat, tawny owl, screech owl, brown owl, snowy owl, barn owl, common toad, natterjack toad, dragon toad, harlequin toad, three-toed tree toad. That's hard to say. Three-toed tree toad. Three-toed tree toad. I think I'd go with the ginger cat, would I? Or I feel like I want an owl though. What am I most like? I'd probably take an owl. Do you know what? I think I'm going to go with the obvious and go snowy owl. That's very Harry, but I love the snowy owls. Black or white? White, because it's brighter. Heads or tails? I don't know. Tails? We'll go with tails. Left or right? Oh my god, this is the last question. Left, because I'm left-handed. And there you go. Literally exactly what I'd thought and hoped for. So, number one, Ravenclaw. So glad, because I didn't look at that quiz and think which ones, like I didn't ever look at a question and think I want to answer this, but I think that one will be more to Ravenclaw, so I'll pick that one. I picked genuinely my honest answers. I wasn't trying to make it more Ravenclaw. Just went with what I thought. Highest one is Ravenclaw with 36%. Definitely a Ravenclaw then. I'm so happy that's confirmed it for me. Then second highest is Gryffindor with 28%, which makes sense because that's the one I originally used to think I was. Then Hufflepuff 26% and Slytherin 10%, which totally makes sense to me. I don't think I'm Slytherin at all. Like, I mean, 10% is a very small amount, so yeah, only a tiny bit Slytherin, my least likely one, which makes so much sense. And it is literally in the exact order I would have thought and would have guessed. So there you go. I am a true Ravenclaw. I'm so happy. That is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I really wanted to have a go at this when I saw Cherry do it, because obviously I'd done the original Pottermore quiz and that was a while ago, and I just wanted to see if this changed anything, because for her it changed completely, so I was very intrigued. But this is spot on for me. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below your Hogwarts house, I'd love to know, and let me know if you want any more Harry Potter themed videos. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!